Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you all for joining us this evening. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening this evening, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions happening after this. The presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Illinois. I am going to turn it over to our first presenter, and that is Kansas State University.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dina Kaur. I'm with Kansas State University, and I am excited to share with you information about the happiest place on earth, Manhappiness in Manhattan, Kansas. I am the transfer coordinator, and so I have the privilege of working with students in the state of Illinois, as well as many other states on the east half of the United States. And I always like to start out with a little bit of information about K-State in case you have not heard of us. We are a small, actually on the small side of many of the institutions in the Big 12 Conference. So we have a student population of about 22,000. So I like to say that we're large enough to have a lot of opportunities for students to be involved, engaged in research and activities and opportunities on campus, but still small enough for professors and faculty and staff to really get to know our students and work with them all through their time through to graduation. So I do think we are the perfect size. We do have a 97% placement rate, which I think is something that a lot of transfer students like yourself might be really concerned about and interested in. We have an amazing career center that helps our students find that dream job and is very great at making those connections for them. And we are home of the happiest students in the country. There are 250 majors at K-State. So everything from arts and sciences to education, engineering, agriculture, architecture, technology, aviation, drones, everything that you can probably imagine we have at Kansas State University, including several health and pre-health related programs and a pre-law track. We do have a transfer credit website, which I'd like to point out is at this link right here. Very important for you to utilize that. If you have any questions about how your classes will transfer to K-State, we can help you with that. And it looks like I've lost the rest of my presentation somehow, so I'm not sure what happened there. So I apologize for that, but I'll just finish up my last few moments saying that you can reach out to us at K-State. My email address is transfer@k-state.edu, and we are offering on-campus visits during this time period. So if you are able to come to Kansas and want to visit campus, we can give you an entire tour of the facility. There's some video. Good deal. Let me see if I can share that again. No, we'll just keep it there. But yeah, that is how you would search for our transfer credit. You can search by your major, you can search by course, and we have many of the institutions in the state of Illinois that we do have courses that already articulate over. The search by curriculum is really helpful because if you wanted to know exactly what classes you would need to transfer into a specific major, then you can search that feature. That's really helpful. I don't know, Kelsey, if you can. Perfect. This is great. We'll just let you drive and I'll talk. How about that? We do have 250 majors, like I mentioned, a lot of undergraduate research, which is really important for students as they're looking for that transition into the workplace. And we also have a lot of activities for students to do. 500 clubs and organizations, everything from skydiving to Harry Potter Club, many intramural activities. Lots of things to get involved in within your major. We always encourage students to find something related to their major. Great resume builders for those activities. And then, of course, being part of the Big 12, we have a phenomenal athletic experience for our spectators. So being on in the football stadium on a Saturday afternoon is like the best place to be in the Midwest right now. So we really enjoy our sports at K-State. And then, of course, Greek life is very popular, and many transfer students will ask me, is it possible to still be involved in a fraternity or sorority as a transfer student? And absolutely, the answer is yes. We welcome our transfer students to consider that. Living on campus is another great option for transfer students. If you are at that point where you've had it with the residence halls and you'd like something new, something different, then we have great apartments on our campus. They are for sophomores and above, so no freshmen are allowed to live there, which is kind of a perk for incoming transfer students. We have a great roommate finder system that will help you look for a roommate that's maybe closer to your interests, maybe closer to your age, and is a great way to get to know people on campus. But we do not have any living requirements at this time for living on campus. We have many scholarships for transfer students. We have 2 priority deadlines. In fact, if you really wanted to attend K-State this summer or fall, you should apply today, because today is our last extended priority deadline to receive a transfer scholarship for this coming fall. So please check out our transfer scholarship websites for those details and submit your application tonight. They are automatic awards when you apply for admission. And if you're from Missouri, I know there might be some people on the Illinois side who are residents of Missouri. We do have a new Missouri Match program that if you have a 3.25 transfer GPA, then you would automatically qualify for in-state tuition as long as you meet those priority scholarship deadlines for transfer students. And of course, admissions requirements are pretty simple at K-State. A 2.0 GPA is all that's required for a transfer student. Some majors do have a little bit higher GPA, so be aware of that as well. And our application link is right there, and our visit link is right there, as well as my contact information that I mentioned before. So thank you so much for bearing with the technical problems, and Kelsey, you were great. I appreciate the help.
Thank you. And next up, we have St. Mary's University of Minnesota.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Batcher. I'm the transfer coordinator here at St. Mary's, and I will share my screen here in just a second. All right, perfect. So just a little bit about St. Mary's. So we're a private liberal arts college, Roman Catholic and Lasallian. That Lasallian is basically about giving back to the community. So we have, for example, a Lasallian Day of Service every year where our students go out in the community and they rake leaves, mow the lawn, help build stuff, Habitat for Humanity, things like that. So that's really what we're focused on that at St. Mary's. And then a little bit about campus that you can see in the background here. The bluffs in the background, because we are located right by the Mississippi River. 85% of our students live on campus, including transfer students. We have apartment style living, suite style living. So a lot of our transfer students will live on campus when they transfer in. I mentioned the bluffs, 450 acres of campus. So while we're a small campus and all our classes are really close together, that bluff that you can kind of see in the background, we own about 15 miles of hiking trails right on campus. And then there's Trout Stream Disc Golf Course. Like I said, mentioned cross-country skiing and cross-country running. We make our own snow. We also have lights so that people can use it in the winter, obviously, because it gets a little bit darker earlier in the winter. Walking distance to several restaurants, and then we also have Winona Transit that will come and pick students up. To be honest, most students don't do that because if they don't have a car, they know somebody else that has a car. When they need to make a Target run, they just hop in with them. So I mentioned we're located by the Mississippi River, Winona, Minnesota. So kind of that southeast corner of the state. If you know where La Crosse is, we're about 30 minutes west of La Crosse. So not only are St. Mary's is there, but Winona State and then Minnesota State College Southeast, 11,000 students between the 3 colleges. Outdoor recreation is a big thing to do at St. Mary's. Obviously, I mentioned the 10 miles of hiking trails right on campus, but there's other state parks and other hiking trails located there. You can kind of see the river in that image as well. So students will go down and they'll kayak and canoe on the backwaters of the Mississippi. There's a lake in the middle of town. People rollerblade, longboard, run, walk around that. And then there's right by the lake, there's also a lodge where students can rent paddleboards, kayaks, canoes to use out on the lake. So a little bit about us, 40 different majors. All of our classes are taught by full time or adjunct professors. So we don't have any TAs or anything like that. 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, and your average class size is going to be around 20 students. So a little bit more about extracurricular activities. 65% of our students participate in something outside of the classroom. RISE, student activities, student senate is very popular. RISE is basically our student activities committee. They're both basically the same thing. Campus ministry, study abroad programs, whether it's short-term or long-term study abroad, open to all students. Professional development within our career services, practice interviewing, resume writing, review, all that kind of stuff, cover letter as well. And then 50 different clubs and organizations, anything from like biology club, your academic side, to things like Dungeons and Dragons, video game club, Zumba, that kind of stuff as well. We are NCAA Division III university. You can see the sports that we sponsor, varsity sports. We also have 5 intramural sessions with tons of different unique sports, as well as your normal basketball, volleyball, that kind of stuff. And then 10 club sport activities. Minnesota, so hockey is a big club activity, and we have our own hockey rink right on campus. So a little bit about our mission requirements. I guess it's cut off there on the left, but we do offer individual transcript evaluation for everybody. Once we receive your transcript, we'll sit down and meet with you and tell you how those classes will transfer over. All that's required is our application, which is free, and then your official transcript from any and all colleges that you have received credit from in the past. And then if you want, you can do letters of recommendation or a resume, but to be honest, pretty much no transfer students do send that in. And then finally, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My contact information is there, my email, my phone number. And if you go to smumn.edu, backside of that email, that's our website. We do have on-campus visits, virtual visits, and we have a visit scholarship for $1,000 a year just for setting up a meeting with us. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And that's all you need to know about St. Mary's at this moment.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Newman University. Ooh, Holly, you're still muted.
Sorry, I'll do that really quickly again. I forgot to unmute myself. Okay. Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. My name is Holly Weatherburn, and I'm a transfer admissions counselor from Newman University. Having been a transfer student myself, I understand that choosing which college to go to can be a really tough decision to make. So hopefully after today, you'll know a little bit about what Newman University can offer you and how we prepare our students for the future. So Newman University is a close-knit community of about 1,200 students with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an 18 student average class size. This means you'll get that personalized attention and customized education plan. So we are located in Wichita, Kansas, the biggest city in Kansas by population and one of the top 10 places to live in the US. We are a Catholic college and welcome all faiths and beliefs. You do not have to be Catholic to go to Mass in order to be a Newman student, but we do have an amazing campus ministry. We were established in 1933 by the Adorers of the Blood of Christ, and we are named for St. John Henry Newman, who was canonized a saint 2 years ago. We don't actually have academic advisors at Newman. You will actually be advised by what we call a faculty advisor. So they'll know everything about the program, they teach in the program, and they'll even be able to help you with shadowing and internship opportunities. And this helps our students to be intentional and prepare for the future. So these are some of the things that we're most known for, but I feel the most important is that high employment. So overall, 71% of our students are employed in their field of study versus the national average of 27%. This is due to the dedication of Newman faculty to prepare the students for the future, the opportunities that are available to Newman students, and the reputation that Newman University holds in the Wichita community. It also helps that our faculty don't only possess research and teaching experience, they also have practical experience in their fields. For example, many of the business professors have their own successful businesses or they hold highly respected positions, for example, a CEO. So you get that kind of trifecta of everything at Newman. These are some of our Undergraduate programs, we have about 40 of them. The most popular, I would say, is our sciences, nursing, allied health, education, and business. And then we do have 11 pre-professional programs as well. So what are some of the most common misconceptions of Newman University? Well, the first one is that we're expensive. And we do have a free application. We award an academic scholarship to every student admitted to the university, and 99% of our students receive financial assistance. The second is that we're hard to get in. We've been test optional since 2019. So for high school students and for transfer students with 24 credit hours or less, you either get to do your ACT or high school transcripts. We only require one, not both. Our admissions GPA requirement is a 2.25 or better, and we do recruit for fit. So our scholarships, we have an academic scholarship based upon GPA, and that ranges from $11,000 to $15,000 for the year for up to 4 semesters. And we also have some specialized transfer scholarships as well. So this is kind of the breakdown, that $11,000 to $15,000 based upon your GPA. And then also for the special transfer scholarships, we have a dual advising scholarship. So 1 to 2 semesters before transferring from a community college or technical college, you'll actually receive a Newman faculty advisor to work with, as well as your other advisor, to make the transition to Newman seamless. We also have a first-time transfer PTK member scholarship and a first-time transfer associate's degree scholarship that is bachelor seeking. So one of these actually will stack on top of the academic scholarship, and if you qualify for more than one of these, then it will be the highest that will stack. So we also offer art, theatre and music opportunities, so an audition and portfolio are required for that. And then as part of our honours programme, you can get an additional $1,000 scholarship if you meet that 3.75 GPA requirement. Athletics, we are the only private NCAA Division II college in Kansas, and we are part of the MIAA conference. We have 18 athletic programs. And if you are wanting to compete but not be a collegiate athlete, we do have intramural sports as well that you can get involved in. So there are 3 residence halls on campus, and today I'm just going to focus on Beata and Fugate as the most common for transfer students. So Beata Hall is sophomore standing and up. It's more of a pod style. You have 5 rooms to a pod, and there are laundry facilities in all residence halls as well as Wi-Fi. Fugate Hall is junior standing up, and it is an apartment style that comes in either a 2-bedroom or a 4-bedroom. You have a full kitchen, and also in the residence halls, they have printers, and you do get 150 free pages a week at Newman, which I think is really cool. So Navigator is our supercharged support system to empower students to change their future. We asked Newman students what they needed to be successful after graduation, and the responses that we got, we created this program. So this program offers internship and shadowing opportunities, an opportunity to have a professional mentor within your field of study, as well as getting you prepared for, what's next, whether it's grad school or jobs. Our First to Go program offers support and resources to first-generation college students. This program has been designed to set our first-gen students up a successful college career and turn dreams into reality. As a first-gen student myself, I know that I would have really benefited from this program. We have state-of-the-art science facilities. It was built in 2017, our Bishop Gerber Science Centre. And KU Med students in their first and second year will actually get taught by Newman faculty and utilise the cadaver lab, making Newman a great choice for healthcare or science-related fields, and that transition to med school a smooth one. We are taking all precautions, masks, social distancing, sanitizing of tables and chairs and everything before and after classes. And we also have an allocated dorm where students who are quarantining will get their breakfast, lunch and dinner meals brought to them in safe prepackaged containers. Follow us on social media and get the latest information on scholarship and events. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat or contact me.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Northern Arizona University.
All right. Can you do I turn on my video? Sorry.
It should have just prompted you to do it.
It says you cannot start. Oh, here we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Just going to share my screen. All right. Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Joey Mack. I am a transfer admissions officer at Northern Arizona University. I'm excited to share with you a bit about our campus, our community, our academic programs, and admission requirements. So I'm going to dive right into where we're at. We are located in Flagstaff, Arizona, where we are at the base of the San Francisco Peaks, as you can see on this slide. These mountains are sacred to our Native American communities that surround the Flagstaff community. Um, and so we like to honor their past, their present, their future generations who have lived here for millennia and will forever call this place home. A little bit about Flagstaff, Arizona. We are located 2 hours north of Phoenix, Arizona. We are at 7,000 feet in elevation, so it's quite a contrast of what people think Arizona is like. We do get about 100+ inches of snow a season. We just got about a little over a foot of snow this weekend. And we get all 4 seasons here with changing leaves in the fall, beautiful springs, and nice, mild, not too hot summers. We are rated one of the best college towns in the United States. Flagstaff is where the campus is located. It's just about a 10-minute walk to the heart of downtown Flagstaff. So we have a really great partnership with the Flagstaff community. Getting to Flagstaff, it's a quick and easy 2-hour drive north. We have a groomed transportation shuttle. Students can take to and from the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport directly to and get dropped off on our campus. We also have a Flagstaff Airport, so individuals coming from Illinois can fly out of Chicago O'Hare, and we'll have a connection either in Dallas or in Phoenix, and then you'll take a puddle jumper flight to Flagstaff. What's around Flagstaff is we're 90 minutes to the Grand Canyon. We're near a lot of national monuments and parks. Sedona and Oak Creek Canyon is a 45-minute drive. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. It wraps around through a canyon, and there's a beautiful creek that runs through there, and then you enter into beautiful Sedona, Arizona. Diving into our academics, we have almost 100 different academic degree programs for undergrad. And we have about 21,000 students on our Flagstaff Mountain campus, but with an average class size of 35 and a student to faculty ratio of 19:1, you have a really personalized learning experience. A lot of our students get involved in research. They also work with their faculty in getting internships and jobs. So there's a lot of opportunities to get connected to your academics and your classmates and faculty. There's also a lot of research opportunities. Every spring we have our research symposium, and students can dive into a variety of different research opportunities connected to their academics. So we encourage all students to give that a try, to get that experience in their undergraduate as they may be preparing for their graduate studies. Diving into our admission requirements, coming in as a transfer student, we do require you to have a 2.0 or greater cumulative GPA if you're coming in with an associate's degree. If you're coming in with a variety of credits, and you're coming in with a variety of credits, we do evaluate you in a couple different ways. If you're under the age of 22, we will require a high school transcript, and then also your college transcripts. If you have 24 or greater transferable units and are 22 years of age, we would not require a high school transcript for admission. We will also consider we look at high school. We would not want to see more than 2 deficiencies. That's including your 4 years of math, 4 years of English, 3 years of social science, 2 years of a same foreign language, and 1 year of a career and technical education course. We do not want to see any deficiencies, or no more than 2 deficiencies in those subject areas. diving into our tuition costs, this is the non-resident tuition for NAUs. So coming from Illinois, you would be paying just over $25,000 annually. And then the additional costs are estimates, as some students may not choose to live on campus as a transfer student, but we, however, always welcome our transfer students to live in our upperclassmen housing. And we have a variety of different meal plans that cost differently. And then depending on the programs that you're in, there are different fees associated with them. So that's a rough estimate of additional costs for our students. And then diving into our transfer awards, if you are a part of the Phi Theta Kappa chapter at your community college, you get an automatic scholarship upon admission. You just have to verify your membership. And then that's $6,000 for non-resident students. We also have need-based aid, so students coming from our non-resident states, so Illinois would be included. We have our Louis Transfer Award, and that's based off of your FAFSA. So when you complete your FAFSA and you meet our deadlines, you would be considered for that need-based award. And then I encourage all interested students to get plugged into our social media. We have a variety of different ways for students to experience NAU through the virtual space. We also have a variety of presentations throughout the week and transfer visit days on our Fridays of the first Friday of every month. So students can register at nau.edu/virtual to get to see a more in-depth presentation of what we offer here at NAU. And here's my contact information. If you have any questions, you can contact me, call me at any time. So I want to thank you all for joining, and on to our next.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have the University of Arizona College of Agricultural and Life Sciences.
Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. Let me just share my screen quickly. There we go. Okay. So my name is Ruben Fierros, and I am one of the recruitment coordinators for the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at the University of Arizona. We are at the home of the University of Arizona, so I'm going to do my best to share a little bit about both. But my goal today is to share what we have specifically at the university in our college, which is the College of Ag and Life Sciences. We are home to quite a bit of things. And so if you're not familiar, let me start first. Let's go back. Let's start a little bit about Tucson. So if you're not familiar with the state of Arizona, our friend Joey just talked a little bit about Northern Arizona, which is very different than our climate in Southern, but we're the second largest city in the state. We're located right in the center of the city. We have direct flights to and from Chicago from Tucson, and we're home to about 30,000 undergraduate students. But within our college, we're home to about 3,000, so it's not super aggressive. Southern Arizona is thriving right now. Spring's one of my favorite times because it's perfect out. This weekend it's going to be 80 degrees, and so we are a very active community. A lot of things going on, like hiking and biking right now. It's the perfect time, in my opinion. But back to a little bit about the college. We have 20 majors, and so we kind of break them down into different sectors within our specific college. Of course, at the U of A, you can study a variety of things. We have over 300 majors. But when we're looking specifically in our college, this is kind of what we have. So we have students that go on to things like becoming a doctor, becoming a vet, going on to law school, going on to teaching, going on to counseling. So we really are kind of like a college or a university within a university, in my opinion. I think there's something available to everyone, especially at the university. We have a lot of opportunity. We have 2 medical schools in the state. We just opened up our own vet school this past year. We have our own law school. And so we definitely are kind of at the forefront, not only of your undergraduate education, but also graduate. So if you're looking to maybe take the next step afterwards with your undergraduate degree, we can provide those services for you. So we like to talk about our majors kind of being very applied. And so what does that look like? My goal today is to share a little bit more about the applied opportunities within the college and give you some examples of that. So one of the opportunities is research. It is a huge part of who we are as a college. In the College of Ag and Life Sciences, we're home to our cooperative extension. And that means that we have research locations in every single county in the state of Arizona. So though you might be taking your courses in Southern Arizona in Tucson with us, we try to give you that experience all over the state. This is one of our experiment stations. This is our Santa Rita experiment station. So students who are doing land conservation work can kind of get that applied experience, and you can do that at the jump of your undergraduate education, and we can help you find those experiences. So if you want to get out and get hands-on and maybe get a little dirty in the work, that's something that we really encourage you to do. This photo that you see here is actually our Controlled Environment Agriculture Center, something that makes us very unique, especially in the college, is that we have our own experiment station that's a farm. And so that's really one of the unique opportunities in the state of Arizona that we offer at the U of A. This is a picture of our Controlled Environment Ag Center, which is acres and acres of greenhouses. And so if you are looking to work with plants or do something like biosystems engineering, or you want to learn about the environment that a plant grows in, you can do that in our Sustainable Plant Systems major. Right across the street from this place is our own farm. So we also have some ag-based classes there. We also have students who want to go into veterinary school or to want to study things like animal science and vet science. And some of your classes will be there working with our variety of animals. We also have our very own equine center in our college, which is kind of nice. So if you want to study just horses, you can do that with us. Our brand new location is home to about 90 different horses in like northern Tucson, and it's stunning. So opportunities for you to get invested. If you want to work with animals, I think that's something that we talk a lot with students. Animal healthcare is a big deal. This is Julia, the photo that you see here. She's studying natural resources with a wildlife conservation emphasis. She has an internship at the Reed Park Zoo, which is about 10 minutes away from our campus. And so you can have a zoo conservation certificate in your major as well. So if you want to work with large animals or exotic breeds, we can give you that experience. So how do you find all of these things within our college? One way to do that is our Career Center. We have 3 full-time staff members for you to get connected with. And so if you want things like internships or research, things that we just talked about, we can get you those skills. You can meet with these advisors, or you can meet with the staff, just like your academic advisors, and talk about things that you need to work on in regards to your professional development. So weekly, we host LinkedIn workshops, resume preps. We have spaces where you can rent out if you have a Skype interview or you're doing something like this via Zoom. You're looking for a professional space, we can give you those opportunities. Our Career Center also hosts an annual career fair. We also have something that's really cool called our Etiquette Dinner, which we take you to a restaurant in downtown Tucson. You sit at a round table with other students in the college and industry professionals, and you just learn how to network over a meal. That's one of my favorite events that happens every fall. One of the things that for sure I want to talk about in my time is the scholarships. The University of Arizona also has scholarships like many of the other presenters today based off of your academics. So we have things like PTK, we have transfer tuition awards. To be eligible for any of those coming from out of state, you want to apply to the university before July 1st. So you do have plenty of time. So if you are still thinking about your fall plans, there are times for you to kind of think about it. And if you decide you want to explore the University of Arizona, you have an opportunity to do so and the time to do that as well. Within our college, we have our own scholarships as well. So if you want to study something like nutritional sciences or veterinary science or family studies, we have specific money for students like you. So just being interested or declaring our majors gives you access to money, and that application opens up or is already open and closes April 1st. So if you are interested in coming this fall, application is open for a couple of more weeks. The last thing I'll plug is that we have our own student experience website, which is super helpful. We have a tab just for the transfer student experience, where you can learn about credit articulation, sign up for our events. We have student panels every month. We have info sessions weekly. We have some really cool events coming up this spring so that you can learn about if U of A is a good fit for you. Let us know how we can connect with you. This is our contact info. Anything we can do to make that experience come to life for you, we're here as a resource for you. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And unfortunately, Iowa State University could not join us this evening. So we have finished with all 5 of our schools presenting. I'm going to invite our panelists to join me, and they're going to share one last thing with everyone. So the question I would like to ask our panelists are, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we will go in the order in which you guys presented, and feel free to just share before we wrap up this evening.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm Dina with Kansas State University again. And one of our favorite traditions that we've actually been recognized nationally is our Wabash Cannonball, which is what our students do at every sporting event. It's a classic. You have to learn the movements, you have to learn the song, and it's just a great thing to see the entire stadium doing the Wabash Cannonball. And so check us out the next time, or you can even Google Wabash Kansas State University and you'll see plenty of YouTube videos of us doing that. That is our best tradition, favorite tradition, and it sticks with you for life as an alum for sure.
At St. Mary's, I would say it's called the Taylor Richmond Benefit Dance. So every year, our students pick out someone from the St. Mary's community to raise money for, whether it's like last year, I think one of our professors had a child with cancer. So they all got together and they raised money, and they hold a benefit dance every year. So yeah, that'd be probably the favorite tradition, I would say, at St. Mary's.
I would say my favorite one for Newman University is our multicultural extravaganza. I have not had the privilege of experiencing that yet, but I'm super excited to hopefully on a common year, then I've heard that it's one of our biggest events. So basically it's a massive celebration of just different cultures coming together, and it's like buffet style, like all different kinds of food from different cultures, and you basically just get, it's like all you can eat buffet. And then we also have fashion show as part of that event, so it's traditional dress and there is a fashion show. And then the third aspect of that event is the community kind of come together. It's not just Newman University, but it's Wichita and other institutions as well. And we do different performances from different cultures. So I know that there was a lot that happened last year, but I think a lot of my co-workers' favorites were the Irish dancers, which I love Irish dancing, but there was like I'm from England, so I love Irish dancing, but but there was a ton of different performances, and I think that just speaks more to me because I was a national student, and I'm always really interested to find out about different cultures.
At NAU, every year we have a homecoming carnival, and it's during homecoming week, usually midweek. And we bring in carnival rides, carnival food. We have a chili cook-off, a huge bonfire. And it's just a really fun celebration of homecoming. There's a homecoming parade. So it's really an entire week, but specifically the homecoming carnival is a lot of fun and exciting for all of our students.
I have many, but the one that I'll share is the Tucson Festival of Books that happens every spring. Unfortunately, it went virtual this year, and rightly so, but it is a weekend where the entire campus is open, and it's facilitated right in the center of campus, where we bring in a lot of these famous authors, but also it's an opportunity for you to connect and buy books. And also all of the museums and all of the tour spaces are open and free for all of the Tucson community. And so it's a great way to get connected with our campus. We're super connected to the community that is Tucson. So it's just like really good Southern Arizona feels. And so I'm a big fan of that.
Thank you all for sharing your favorite traditions on campus, and hopefully some of our students will get to experience them in real life one day. So with that being said, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of multiple sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions later this evening. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Illinois. Thank you all to our panelists for presenting. For everyone else, thank you for attending, and I hope everyone has a great night.